Hi, I'm Sam McKay. Pretty much Iam Firebikes. This is part two of a little series. I'm going to talk about bikes and how Firebikes got started and just the cruiser scene in general, some OGs that people never heard of that deserve recognition. And so anyways, last week we touched base on the first Firebike. So anyhow, after the first Firebike, that was the BMX days, still riding around. I had a gentleman, a friend of mine, his name was Sumo. Big boy. When we were like 14, 15, this guy was like 200 some pounds, like just a monster. Raced BMX. But anyhow, me and Sumo would dig trails and stuff like this. And we also got into we bought some old chopper bikes and we started, lengthening the forks and, just kind of customizing them up and, basically just did it for fun on the side as kind of like a little fall winter project. So we were, made a couple choppers and some had the 3 speeds, and then we, went on a couple road trips and bought some old bikes, like Roll Fast, CCM, like the old, typical style cruiser bikes, from the, the earlier years, 40s, 50s, kind of in there, some of those. And then, like I said, the chopper bikes were more or less, 70s kind of stuff. So anyhow, then got into that, and then I noticed Dyno had some stuff, they just came out with. Can't remember what year, it was probably like early 2000s, and so I bought one. I bought like a Taboo Tiki. It was pretty cool. But anyone can get one. It's just kind of the thing. Anyone can get one. And I kind of built my own bike. Well, I didn't really, had someone build it. I'm like, so I'm thinking, geez, I'd like to build my own kind of cruiser bike, right? So back then I really didn't, have the means. I didn't have rollers. I didn't have notchers, whereas now you can go to Harbor Freight and get all set up for $1,000, right? So it was a little bit of a challenge, even just finding the bottom bracket shells and the head tubes, I didn't want to cut them off, some used bike and clean them up. I just really didn't want to do that. So, tried finding the right material that would get close to the shells. And the early bikes were kind of funny, and you can really tell an earlier bike because if you look at the head tube shell, it's pretty big material, but that's what we had to work with, and it worked. And that's what distinguishes the really early bikes. They were probably used 2002, 2003, and probably 2004 when we actually got some, real machine shells from in the US from a bicycle supplier. So anyhow, it was getting winter out. I told a buddy of mine, Jason, that, we came home for dinner. We were really good friends, and I said, man, I want to build a bike, like a cruiser bike. And I kind of had this sketch of, some kind of fucking bike. And I'm like, because he was kind of a handy guy, and, I was handy. And I figured, well, the two of us, and he's like, yeah, man, that'd be fucking awesome. Let's make a couple bikes. So, that's when we went on our search to find the material, find this and that. And then he actually said, I know a guy that has a roller. I'm like, perfect. We can get these curves without trying to kink them around wherever we want to do, right? So, we made the first prototype bike, and I put it together. It was winter out. I loaded my car with my BMX, and I went to the friggin' skate park because, I want to try this thing out. I'm like stoked, right? So the first fire bike, that was probably in 2002, somewhere in there, I imagine, and just in there riding the skate park in the winter. And so I took this bike to the skate park, got out of my car, and riding around. My friend Darren looks at it, and he's like, shit, man, I want one of these. Fucking, this is cool. And I'm like, holy shit, he's like, someone wants this? And I'm like, okay, man, this is the first one. It's not that great. I'll, do something else. So back, a couple weeks later, he was dead serious. So we ended up building 3 or 4 bikes. And I'm like, well, you know what? This is the only guy that actually said he wanted to buy one. His nickname was the Morgitition. And how he came about that nickname really quick is he was a mortician, which made no friggin' sense. This guy was young, crazy, like the party, but, all business when it came to that. But we'd be out at skate parks riding, he'd get in a phone for a funeral thing, and be like, oh, all of a sudden, shit, everyone be quiet, and it just made no sense. So I called him the Morgitition for fun. And so I figured, this is the first guy that actually wants to buy one of these bikes. I'm naming it after him. So that's where the Morgitition came up. And that design pretty much remained the same from 2002 till today. It was never changed. The only thing maybe was changed was it went to a square tube, but the real bike was a round tube bike all the time. And if you Google Firebikes Morgitition, you'll definitely, that'll be like kind of the first fire bike production model ever made. So it's kind of cool like that. So, I like to stretch it out and go a little more, but I don't think I'm going to today. I'm just going to kind of leave you with that. So basically, built a bike up, used some parts that, found a roller and, made a prototype, and just somehow by chance, someone fell in love with it and then made a few of them. And then after that, man, it was just crazy. And that's where I'll carry on to continue the saga and continue my story of, what happened and what is Firebikes, and, give you some other things of the journey of, going worldwide in like 3 months. It just blew up. It was just crazy. And, and no one was doing it. Nobody was friggin' doing it. And no one was doing anything with the curves and points, which, I think, fucking, it was trailblazing, man. Complete trailblazing. And trailblazed for fucking a long time. And it's nice to see that, there's some other guys trying to pave the way and, make their own statement and do their own thing. And that's what I kind of, am at the point now in my life where, fuck the factory, get involved, build your own stuff, and it's nice to see that, yeah, we are now, because it's just friggin' crazy. It's awesome. So anyhow, keep on building, keep on watching my channel. I think in a couple days, if you're up to it, post a comment, follow my page. But if in a couple days you're up to it, I would like to talk about this bike back here. See right here, this one? What's that? So I'd like to explain that bike and just go over it a little bit in detail, if you guys wish. It's called the Buzz Bomb 2007 jet-powered bike. Let's do it. Anyways, peace out. Follow my page. Post in the comments. Give me some suggestions. Tell me how I can improve my shit. See, second video. So I don't have a camera crew. I don't have a high budget. My budget's $30 stand on my Samsung phone. Take her easy. You can do it too. Ride on.